Hi, I'm Shamir Pashewa.
I'm Josh Miller.
I'm Marq Piocos.
I'm Shantae Barnes.
Today we're going to try to entertain you by talking about our random adventures and what's going on in our houses, really. So, Josh, we'll start with you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm on day number 2 of my consecutive days off, so that's nice. Back to work tomorrow. I've spent the majority of the last few days just kind of hanging around the house, not getting out and trying to infect anybody else, just trying to be a good citizen and all that. A lot of World of Warcraft, to be really honest. A lot of World of Warcraft.
That's fair. And for those watching and listening, tell us a little bit about you personally.
I am 26, just turned 26, last week? Yeah. I'm an amateur MMA fighter out of Knoxville, Tennessee, 4-1 record. So hopefully stepping back in the cage once all this is over and we get some things settled. Yeah, I mean, just an average guy, really. I mean, I work a day job. I train a few times a week. I try to do what I can, and I mean, I have fun doing it. So, I mean, that's kind of all there is to it.
Awesome. We're going to go down to Marq. Marq, tell everybody a little bit about you so they know who we're dealing with here.
I run wombatsports.com, which has been probably the biggest, best site for MMA in terms of the women's divisions. We've been running 13, 14 years now. So it's been a very long time that we've done that. I've run that for quite a while. Right before we were on the air here, I was actually interviewing somebody for my other show, which is an entertainment show called Somewhere in Vegas. I just interviewed the guy that is the announcer for BattleBots on Discovery Channel, and he has a new show coming out on Saturday mornings. So I was able to talk to him a little bit about that. He also he just came back from Italy, so I got a little update about the COVID-19 crisis over there too. So that was pretty interesting as well. I've been doing a lot of interviews from the entertainment show, and of course with Wombat Sports. I mean, I've been updating the website as much as I possibly can. The results section especially, because I've been kind of slacking on that now, so I can give you kind of an update on what everything's going to go on there. But a little bit about myself. So yeah, I'm out here in Las Vegas, obviously very desolate. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to say the least. So yeah, it's great to be able to be on the show.
I'm Shantae Barnes. I am a professional MMA fighter out of Asheville, North Carolina. I am in day 11 of quarantine. I just got back from Hawaii. I got married in Hawaii, but we flew back early, so the honeymoon got cut short. So we're spending our honeymoon at home, starting gardens and getting meat rabbits and tending to the goats and pretty much starting an entire farm so that we could be self-sufficient just in case things go south. Let's see. I am a professional MMA fighter by day. I play pool all night, and that's about it. I am living the dream, except right now because everything we do is shut down. So I am sitting at the house. That's it.
Congratulations on getting married.
Thank you.
I thought about you when this whole thing went down. I was like, damn, that dude in Hawaii.
I am in Hawaii on an island. Like every day, things just keep getting shut down, and I'm like, y'all gonna stay open, right? And then let's see, we left on a Thursday, and by like 2 days later, they were like, look, no one's coming into Hawaii anymore unless when you get off the plane, it's a 14-day quarantine before you do anything. And I was like, I'm glad we came home. We had come home 6 days early. Otherwise, we'd have been stuck. And that wouldn't have been fun. Stuck in paradise.
But we probably would have been doing a little GoFundMe. Be anybody stuck somewhere? Could you imagine? That would be terrible.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. All right. Well, for those of you who are listening in, my name is Marq Piocos. I am a professional MMA fighter. I own Marvel My Fitness and an events company called Midtown District. So that's kind of what I do. I run a promotions company as well. They kind of all tie into each other. It sounds like a lot, which it is, but they're all kind of necessary to make the other one happen. So I thought about doing an hour or a 30-minute TV show kind of with everyday people, and we'll put it on Facebook and we'll put it on YouTube, and that way people can have some entertainment and learn about the people around them. I interact with you guys, some of you more than others, some of you only on social media. So why not learn more about you, and why not share that with the people who are also friends with us, who are also around? So that's kind of the idea. So the format is very open. So for anyone listening, this is for everyone to talk about. So whatever the topics happen, I try to stay away from, any political comments or anything like that. So don't be alarmed if there's something that you don't like, because tomorrow's show might be completely different. This is to let you guys talk about yourselves, talk about what's going on with you during this craziness. So one of the things that I know, you said you're on 11-day quarantine. I have only gone to really like the essential places you have to go. And then I've gone to my business, and I've had some people kind of be like, aren't you supposed to be on quarantine? And I'm like, there's no one to make sure that my business is okay. Like there's no one, plus there's no one there but me. So it doesn't really, I don't really see how it matters.
Yeah, it doesn't really count. Yeah.
No one's there. So it's not like I have anyone else there. So it's really weird. And we actually grand opened the week before everything shut down. So it's been a little crazy timing on that part. Kind of all of our businesses are affected by COVID. And I didn't think about that, but once I saw all four of us and was like thinking about it, it really is, because you run an MMA site. You can't talk about MMA right now. Like there's no MMA to talk about. We fight MMA. You can't fight any MMA right now. You work at a place that makes you essential, so you have to go to work. Like you're quarantined because you're out of the country. So this is weird. And I just want you guys to kind of explore those types of conversations and just kind of like ask yourselves like what you're doing differently, or what you're doing to try to stay in a normal routine. I've seen a lot of the jokes of like what day it is post, but that's real for a lot of people. There's a lot of people who have never had this kind of non-structure. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys kind of take the floor and talk about some of the things that are going on and just kind of interact with yourselves.
Well, I mean, on my side.
Yeah,
of things, Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Josh.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
the weirdest thing for me, I guess.
I do multiple things. I mean, people that do a lot of things.
Mark, you're cutting in and out.
Okay. Am I here?
You're here
Can
now.
you hear me okay?
Now again.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I do multiple projects, which is kind of crazy. I mean, the bad news is that, my main job is I do rideshare out here, to pay the bills basically. And that's basically shut down. We can't do any rideshare whatsoever besides maybe doing any deliveries or anything like that. But not really a lot of people are doing that. So, I'll go out once in a while just to drive around. I mean, I think people do that just so they can get out of the house and all that as well. And like I have to go out and get food and all that as well. So I have to, I try to get out at least a couple times a day, and take a walk. With that in mind, that's the bad news. The good news is that it doesn't give me any excuses not to do anything, because I've had a bunch of, I have a bunch of stuff that, has been back on the back burner. I just haven't had time because of other things that have been going on. I just moved down here about 6 months ago. So it was like one of those things where I had to get settled in and all that as well. So websites getting updated, getting all these interviews taken care of in terms of it. In terms of coverage, I encourage any website to have any fighters on and just get to interview them as people. Usually we're talking to people, we're talking to fighters and they're in the middle of weight cutting. They're in the middle of training camp. We don't really get to get to the bare bones of what these fighters do, do outside of training, or get to know them a little bit better. So I highly encourage any website to reach out and just say, and interview a fighter, even if they don't have a training camp, just so people get to know them better. So, I mean, it's really good for publicity, especially.
I agree. There's a lot of people who could still be making fan bases and making those network connections on the internet,
Josh, you going?
I can go now. I mean, you said, Mark, that you do the ride share and that's pretty much shut down. It kind of amazes me here in East Tennessee, in the Knoxville area, how many people are still out and about and doing things. That's been kind of the weirdest thing that I've seen. I manage an electronics store, and for some reason we were classified as essential business, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that because I can still draw a paycheck. I can still get paid when a lot of people can't. So I'm thankful for that. But the thing that is just driving me up a wall are the amount of people that come in and they're like, oh, it's not that big a deal, or it's a government conspiracy, or it's just all made up. And those are the things that just kind of drive me nuts. And they want to get way too close. They're like, oh yeah, I know that's a thing, but I'm still going to stand right on top of you while I'm talking to you. And I mean, I've trained for the last 4 years. It's not like I'm a stranger to having somebody directly on top of me, but I don't know. This is just a really weird situation. I've never had to deal with anything like this. So it makes things a little stressful, just a little bit. And as far as staying in an average, normal routine, I mean, I'm still going to work, but I don't have anything else to do after that. I mean, my girlfriend and I, we've gone and we've tried to go to the park when we can, get a little bit of exercise, but even that's still weird because there's a bunch of people out there too. I try to keep my distance. And of course I can't go to the gym and I can't train as regularly as I'd like to, which has made me put on a few extra pounds, but that's not all the coronavirus either.
How many?
I'm not going to disclose that. There'd be no.
I'll tell you if you tell me. I'll tell you if you tell me. How many?
Probably about 35. I think right now is what I'm at.
What weight do you fight at?
I fight at 55. I'll walk around at about 65. Yeah, so I'm a little fluffy right now.
Oh, I fight at I fight at 185 now. I might be 225. I might be around. Yeah, it's kind of gotten out of control.
Hey, I feel you, brother. I feel you.
I was in paradise and I didn't care.
Hey, no, you had absolutely every reason to get a little fluffy. Me, again, I don't have as much of an excuse. But no, I mean, just being able to. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, a question for the panel here, guys. How many of you are nursing, nagging injuries? I mean, has the downtime helped you kind of work with some of the nagging injuries you may have had during training?
I wasn't, but I was previously off because I opened my business. So I've been kind of off anyway. Pick any time during when I'm training all the time, and I'm sure that there would have. I mean, I think it's kind of one of those professions where we all have like nagging injuries, So it might be good for some people depending on how rough their training cycles are and like what they've been doing. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, I fought last 2 fights maybe. No, just the last fight with a broken hand. So I'm nursing it. And let's see, I'm just always going to have pile of trash knees. So I guess that's not going to count. But they're getting better now that I'm not beating them up every day. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say I had a couple of little nagging knee injuries, a couple tweaks here and there that were kind of bothering me a little bit before my last fight. But, I mean, other than that, the time off's definitely done me some good that way. I mean, just actually being able to sit and relax for a couple weeks, a month or two, just to kind of chill out and decompress and get everything together mentally and physically. It has played a big role, and it has helped a lot.
I
Okay,
think
so I want to ask, what do you guys think about the Tony Khabib thing? Again, it's like this fight was just not meant to happen ever.
So I look at it like this. They are trying really hard to put the fight together, and then it fell through again. So at this point, I'm just like, there's no, like, if they have Tony and Khabib, I will tune in 100%. If it's Tony versus anyone else,
Yeah,
I don't really care that much. Even though I really care about Khabib, not Khabib, but Tony and Gaethje, or who else said they'd step in? Street Jesus. Masvidal said he'd step in,
yes.
and it was one other. I
He's
forget.
fighting Kamaru Usman now. That's been signed.
That's
Yeah,
the
you know,
weird
I
one,
think
too.
that, yeah, really, I mean, the WWE is going through the same situation where they're starting to lose a lot of people going into WrestleMania, which, you know, I think it's kind of weird because Vince McMahon and Dana White are both trying to press the issue that they want these events to go on, and it's like, you know, there's a time to quit. I think if they would have held off and said, okay, we'll hold off Tony versus Khabib until August, because I mean, even if they try to do it in May or June, Khabib's going to be will be I think in Ramadan, I think, so he won't be able to eat, so he doesn't like fighting at that point. So I think that's the situation. But you know, sometimes you're just trying to make something happen that it's just not going to happen. So you know, if it's like, you know, you're trying to make it happen, but it's not going to be a great product. And that's I kind of don't like that. I don't like that WrestleMania is going on as well, because WrestleMania is just not WrestleMania without the big crowd that they have. So, you know, yeah, I think they're kind of grasping at straws right now with that. So I kind of wish that, you know, they would just take a break, you know, and wait to see what happens in the next month.
So here's the question. Did the MMA gods cause the pandemic? Was it our fault? Did we
I
say
think it might
we
have
have
been.
it? Tony versus Khabib. Nothing can stop us. And they were like, wait a minute.
Nope.
Take some of this. That's what it was.
there's a big MMA community on Twitter, and it's hilarious because we were all like, "There's no way it could get canceled. There's nothing that could happen." Just like you said, because it's how it would have had to be something like this, you know, like
Literally a global pandemic.
That's what we did it. I joked to my wife too about it, because I saw her in their dress before the wedding, and then I was like, "Oh, it's our fault." But listen, I am my wife's best friend, and she's my best friend, so she needed someone to go shop for the dress. Tag, I'm it, you know. So we went, we shopped, we found it, and it was all good. And I was thinking about, I was like, "Yeah, we did everything you wasn't supposed to do." Yeah, did we cause a pandemic? No way.
I mean, are we supposed to be? What can we do? What can we sacrifice in order to get the MMA gods to have this fight happen? I don't think we've kind of figured that out yet.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, let's sacrifice the Irishman.
Yeah, let's please do so.
just send him on out off the island.
Yeah, and you guys didn't hear that Valentina's out, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's sad. I love watching Valentina.
She's out of what?
She's out of her fight. She's out of her title fight with JoJo.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I've not been paying attention. Well, she's
Yeah,
out now, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Injury, but she said she'll be good by August. So I think hopefully everything will get calmed down by August, and we may actually get fights by then. So, but you know, timing was kind of almost perfect for that to happen.
I don't think many events happen before July or August.
Yeah, probably not.
And that's kind of a grim thing to think about. It's just real, you know, like there's not going to be, if it keeps spreading the way it is, they'll continue shutting things down, and they'll shut it down to a point where no one can leave, you know?
What scares me, what scares me is thinking like how many promotions will be back whenever all this is said and done. That's what scares me about it. We might be down to just a few regionally, not, you know, Bellator will be fine, UFC will be fine, but, you know, our local promotions, like how many of those guys, you know, were show to show pretty much living off of kind of like, you know, most of us live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm hoping once we get things moving again, I don't know how many will be back.
Or how many gyms for that matter.
Yeah.
You know, I think Shannon did a really good job with Invicta. Shannon Knapp did a really good job with Invicta. She already has a plan in place to keep it going and keeping her staff kind of, and she doesn't have much of a staff anyway. So I think she'll be okay. She'll be fine through what's going on. Yeah, some of the smaller promotions may not. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, just going through some of the stuff that I went through last year, how many promotions that are out there. Yeah. I think, you know, a lot of those promoters have second jobs or second things. So I don't think it'll be as hard hit as people think it will be, but we'll kind of have to see. I mean, I know there are several countries that are still running cards, even if it's an empty arena. I won't be surprised if a couple of the Russian promotions start doing that, but we'll see.
That's not safe either. I don't believe. I don't understand how they, you know, do that, because all it would take is one fighter to come home and test positive, and then they're like, well, there goes that.
I think what got me a while back, I saw a post that said, if you were asked, if you tested positive, you have to give a list of where you went. Oh, Zoom removed our 40-minute time limit. Sorry, a little screen popped up. I was kind of confused there for a minute. But you have to give a list of where you went. Would you be embarrassed to hand that list over? And I think that's the way people need to think about it, but not if they have no scruples. You know, if I'm like, I went to the gas station, my own business, and the grocery store, I can tell that to anyone. But if you're out there fucking running around going everywhere, you're either going to lie about it or you're going to be an asshole. I mean, you're an asshole.
Yeah, and I mean, like for me, my dad's was diagnosed with sarcoidosis of the lungs, and I can't go anywhere near him right now, especially still being active in the community, going out and going to work and coming in contact with a bunch of people. I'm not going to risk that. I mean, I come home, I sleep, I go to work, and that's it. I mean, it's very occasionally I'll go out. I got to go get gas because I'm driving to work every day. But that's about it. I interact with nobody else if I don't have to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say what was crazy was that my parents winter down here in Mesquite, which is about an hour away from me, right down here in Vegas, and they just made the trip back up to Montana this past week. You know, I was worried that they weren't going to be able to get a hotel room in between because it usually takes about 2 days to get back up to Montana, and they were, so they were able to get it back up there. So that was kind of an interesting situation. And then another thing is that a friend of mine has breast cancer, so she had to go and do surgery, but she basically had to be dropped off right curbside by her husband, and she had to go in there alone. She had to go in under the surgery and take care of that alone. Thank God she came out okay. She's back at home, but you know, it's kind of crazy if you have any kind of major surgery or anything like that. You can't have any. You can't even have your significant other or kids or somebody there to be there to support you. So that's kind of crazy.
It is indeed. Speaking of kind of crazy, I figure since we've kind of like talked about that, I want to give you guys trivia questions. I know some of you like trivia more than others. I don't know about other of you, so we'll see. But it's not super hard questions. But I thought it was something fun. I'd also like to try a few other games farther down to see like Cards Against Humanity or things like that, just to entertain people, because like Mark said, you have all this time, you have a craft that you're doing that needs a fan base. There's no reason not to put stuff out there. So we'll do the trivia. I guess just reply. How should we do this? I guess just like put your hand up and then I'll ask you to answer the trivia question. I'm open for suggestions too. All right. let's see. All right. We're going to do it for about 2 minutes. All right. Ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's do this. Come on.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What is the biggest ocean on our planet? Josh?
The Pacific?
Yes. And I didn't make up these questions either, so don't get mad at me. All right,
That
Josh.
was a trick question.
Hold on, I'm getting a paper.
So wait, are these like regular trivia questions? Are there trick questions in there?
There's no trick questions. No.
Okay.
No, this is just
No trick
regular
questions.
trivia.
All right.
Not make up the questions. It's like a science website for middle schoolers. So I'm not trying to diss you guys. I'm trying
As
to make,
long as there's no math, I'm okay.
all right.
Straight up put it on easy mode.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be an ass. I think it'll be funny. All right. What is the name of the country where the cities of Edinburgh and Glasgow are? Mark.
Scotland.
Yes.
That was
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta get on the board.
Yeah, all right. We gotta think. All right, here we go. What is the name of the outside layer of the skin on your body? Josh.
The epidermis?
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
That's it.
Hey, can we drop this down to like 5th or 4th grade, please?
I can.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can totally.
Can we get up to like quantum physics or something? That way, when I don't raise my hand, I don't also appear not smart.
I thought these might be easy. Okay, hold on. Okay, there's more different ones. What is the largest primate?
I have no idea. The gorilla.
Gorilla.
Really, yeah, I was thinking that.
That's what I said. Wait.
That's what he said, yeah. He said a gorilla. Come on.
Is a shark.
That's half a point. Give me half a point. I got to get on the board.
No, earnest, honest way. All right. Is a shark a fish or a mammal?
What was that?
It's a fish. It's a fish. It's a fish. It has to be a fish. Yes, let's
So
go.
you're gonna say,
I had to think about it.
Dante, is that what you're gonna say?
What was the question?
Well, I
didn't
don't
hear
get a
it.
point anyway.
All right, let me. Okay, hold on. What are the two holes in your nose called? Shante.
Nostrils.
Ring the bell. Give a point. Let's go. Nice.
Are rats born blind?
Are rats born blind?
Rabbits.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes, they are. You're supposed to raise your hand. You should not get a point.
Oh, well, I did.
Actually, you should probably deduct a point.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, come on now. Who said that?
Who said that? I thought someone's watching me. All right. Are dogs herbivores? Shante.
No, not even close.
No.
Yes. Oh, come on. Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're omnivores.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, your boars mixed up. It's okay.
I did get my boards mixed up.
Happens to the best of us. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's get a good one.
No, wait, hold on. Mark, did you freeze?
No.
Okay, we're
No.
good. We're good.
He's listening. I thought you were.
He's just biding his time.
Mark,
Yeah.
I thought you liked trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They just been, a couple of the questions I was having a little trouble hearing. So.
Oh, okay. My bad. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
If I move closer. Get closer. What do you call a group of lions?
A pride.
Scary. Oh, sorry.
Right, yeah.
Damn
Pride
right,
it
that too.
I'm going to give both. That was kind of the same timing. All right. Can you name the closest star to the Earth? Mark.
Polaris.
Huh?
Polaris, aka the North Star.
Well, this science website says it's the sun.
Wait, so if
that's
one person
right.
gets it
Oh,
wrong,
man,
I don't have a
yeah.
chance to steal? I
No,
had
you-
that.
Oh, you should totally get a chance to steal. Come
I
on.
had that.
I will give you a point.
I could have a point because I was waving. Hey, fun fact: if the sun goes out right now, it would take us 4 minutes to realize it.
I thought it was 8 minutes.
I think it's 4. Okay, Google.
Can we Google that real quick? I need a fact check, please, because now I got to know. If the sun goes out right now, how long does it take for us to feel the last ray? It's 8 minutes.
Wait, who said that? That doesn't sound like Google. That sounded like Siri.
Nah, she's just as good as Google.
Okay.
Wow.
Josh's Siri for sure. I use Nikki like Siri as well. I mean, Nikki.
Yeah, pretty much. Just ask her questions and she'll figure it out.
Do the same thing for you. It's crazy. All right. All right, here we go. What is the top color in the rainbow?
I don't actually look at rainbows.
I should know this.
Red.
Red, it is. It is.
Hey, nice.
Right, you Viv.
Top color in the rainbow.
Just for those of you keeping score, Josh has 4, Andre has 3, and Mark has 3. All right. I'm trying to get my lighting a little bit better. I don't know what happened as the sun went down here. All right. Okay. What is the biggest country near New Zealand? What kind of trivia question is that? Mark,
Australia.
yes.
Africa. Oh, no, come on.
Did you hear my?
I had nothing.
I felt like Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, we're talking about Toto. We're not talking about Toto.
All right, are we ready? Which English monarch had 6 wives?
Henry VIII.
Anyways,
You have to scream it, Josh. You have to raise your
I did raise my hand. I did raise my hand on that one.
yeah, I raised my hand too.
I raised my hand and shouted out because I knew that was going to happen.
Game in the system.
I am
He got
gaming
married
this
to the widow next
Hey.
door.
All right,
Listen,
hold on. Ready?
8 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's a dog.
That is, I have 3 puppies. What is the name of Batman's best friend?
Robin.
Robin.
I was like, well, that's kinda hard
Wait. Is it Robin or is it Alfred?
No, it's definitely Alfred, but I'll
I
accept.
feel like they're closer friends. I really do.
I
Well,
did
Alfred basically raised Batman, Mr.
literally
Bruce.
sciencetrends.com.
Well, they're wrong.
Well,
You
They
know,
might be
we
wrong.
could also say Gordon, I guess.
Now I'm questioning it. They might not know comics. Ain't no real nerds.
Yeah, they're closet nerds.
Okay. In what country were the Olympic Games invented?
Greece.
invented. Oh,
Greece.
yep.
Greece, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm just trying to help everyone get points, so kind of like participation.
Did you know they actually did the torch relay this year, right?
No.
They did light the torch, but then they stopped it.
Oh, that sucks. All right, here we go. What country is Mount Fiji in?
Japan.
He's good.
I know.
All right,
If
can we
it's
get away
geography-
from geographic questions?
Yeah. If it's geography, I'm going to beat you guys pretty quick.
I won't do any more
That's a
geography.
dog.
That's why sometimes I mute this and I go because I'm yelling at them. All right. How many bones do sharks have?
Oh man.
Oh, shit.
None.
0.
Oh, yeah.
See,
they're all
that was a trick
cartilage, aren't they?
They all have all it's cartilage.
They're all cartilage.
That is nope. It has to be banned. That is
That question should be stricken. You said no trick question.
Hey, I'm just reading it. Strike it. I'll make it right afterwards, though. Okay, if you suffer from arachnophobia, what are you afraid of?
Spiders.
Question. I'll give each person one. It was the same time.
Well, no, that does not count because I am more afraid of spiders than anyone else. So therefore, I get the point.
Replay. All right.
While you're reading the next question, I was walking up my steps I'm holding all my lug nut, my sockets, wrench, and everything, and a spider was on my arm, and I lost every single one of them. I was like Sonic with his rings. They're just flying everywhere. It was so bad.
Oh my God.
It was like a brown widow or like a black recluse or something.
Something like that. It doesn't matter. Had 8 legs and staring at you. No thanks.
Oh my God. So you're like bad afraid of spiders?
No. Yes.
All right. Are frogs cold-blooded animals?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure.
I can't tell who's.
Mark said it first, but yes.
Yeah, Mark said it first.
Hey, guys. Come on. Thank you. I'm muting it. I feel like I have a bunch of toddlers right now. I'm just crying over something. All right. Here's an easy one. What is the name of the toy cowboy in Toy Story?
Woody.
Josh.
Yeah, it was Woody.
Yes. All right, last one.
Wait, do we raise our hand and get acknowledged and then wait, you said last question, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just shouting out answers now.
Well, we pretty much it's gone all different ways. It's gone.
What's the score?
Okay.
What's the score?
Let's do. Josh has 6, you have 6, and Mark has 7.
I got at least 12. Hold on. I'll let it slide this time. Next time I'm keeping score.
4 questions. Let's do 4 questions with all the gravy. Between these 4 questions, whoever gets the more right with no geographical questions.
No, you have to. You could keep them in there. You could keep them in there.
Nope, and I'm going to go to a new website. This is how dedicated I am to the fairness of the game. All right.
I thought my phone was big. That thing is about a tablet sized.
I'm always using it. I use it for everything. All right. Ready. Let's raise your hand, then be acknowledged, then answer.
Okay.
Don't just leave it up. You can't just.
Yeah, if we're going to play that, hey, I'm here. Let's go.
No, you have to. And then.
Okay.
All
Got
right.
it.
Are you ready? Which fish has no brain or heart? Shante.
Jellyfish.
Yes.
Nice.
I got a 5-year-old.
Ready? The first building in history to have more than 100 floors was?
The Eiffel Tower.
No.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. Shante.
The World Trade Center. I don't know.
I'm trying to decide between 2 of them. But since we're not getting deducted points, I'm going to take a wild guess and say the Empire State Building.
Yes.
What did I say? Did I say the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
You said the Eiffel Tower.
I say the Empire State Building. I was thinking Empire State Building in my head. I don't know why I said Eiffel Tower.
I'm trying to figure out between that and the flat iron building. Flat iron building, I guess, isn't tall. So.
Yeah, I'm not deducting points. This is such a very serious thing. Yeah. All right.
Why did I say I?
I was gonna read that one, but I don't know. I would never have guessed that.
Then do it.
Oh, well, it's kind of geographic also.
Then he wins. He's leading anyway.
Okay, ready? A circle contains how many degrees? Josh.
360.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, we're talking about a circle.
All right, ready?
Wait, this is the last question, isn't it?
Last question. There's right now, each one of you.
Three-way tie. Let's go.
Three-way tie. It's easy too. All right, ready? You can just raise your hand. You have to wait till it gets done reading. Orange is a mixture of which two colors?
Red and yellow. Let's go.
Wait, no, you didn't get acknowledged.
I totally got that first.
That was the
No,
rule.
it doesn't matter. I got
You didn't get acknowledged, so that doesn't count.
I said Josh.
I didn't hear
Yes!
that. I saw
Y'all
three
didn't hear it?
hands up in the top of the screen that raised up.
All right.
Wait, go. We got to strike that off the record, and then we got to pick one that's really hard.
Hey, listen, Paul, don't lie, man. I'm just saying. Paul, don't lie. Come on.
The baby Yoda strikes it. Stricken by the baby Yoda.
Why is it baby yoga?
He says fair judge. Oh, okay. Well, don't know if you'll know this or not. The number of stars and stripes on the flag. Dante.
Wait, you want both?
The number of stars and stripes on the American flag.
50 stars, 13 stripes.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
All right.
Wait, so did I win?
Yeah, you won.
Oh, okay. I would like to thank the Academy for helping me get here. I would like to thank my mom first and foremost. She is really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was down with it. I was going to let you have your speech. All right, guys. Can you think about anything else that you would like? Can you tell anyone where they can come follow you or where they can watch you record more podcasts? Or if you guys want to come back on, let us know. I think it'd be fun to run a bunch of these games with people and give like a 60-second time limit or things like that. So each one of you go around. We'll start with Josh since that's how it's gone, and just tell people where they can follow you, or that's it.
Hold on. What's my Instagram handle? I don't know. I don't social media that much. I got people for that. It's @JMiller_MMA on Instagram. I think it's Captain Jash on Twitter, and then Josh Miller MMA Fighter on Facebook. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I mean, come say hey, don't say hey, it's fine. Just like my page.
Mark.
Okay, you guys can check out wombatsports.com. You guys can check out some interviews. I'll have an interview with Shamir posted later this week, because we're going to be recording that shortly. And you can check some of the older interviews. And like I said, I'm updating a lot of the stats. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we should have our stats article from last year up. So it kind of gives you a comparison of what happened the next year, the year before, 2018. I have stats on that website since like 2007. So you'll be able to see some fights all the way back there. So you guys can check out wombatsports.com. We'll have, like I said, interviews on there as well. You can follow Wombat Sports on Twitter @Wombat Sports, and me personally @WMMA News. If you want some of my, MMA and non-MMA commentary, you guys can get me out there. You can also check out my podcast Somewhere in Vegas. I just posted a interview with the host of Outdoor Nevada. He also has been in a couple soap operas and all that as well. You guys can check that out on any of your podcast catchers. Just look up for Somewhere in Vegas on there as well. And that's about it. A lot of the other stuff I'll keep under wraps for right now. So that's about it.
You can follow me, Superpower MMA across the board everywhere. So you can just do a search for that and you'll find me. That's my brand, my logo and everything that I use. But wait a little bit before you follow me because that shit is illegal right now. President said so. But yeah, Superpower MMA across the board. Find me.
That's awesome. And of course, you can follow us on Marvel My Fitness. You can follow us over on Instagram. Me personally, Shamir_WMMA. And we are looking to do more of these. If you want to come on and be on here, then let us know. We can get up to 6 people. So we think it would be pretty fun. We usually are going to stick to about 30 minutes. But please reach out through mightyTINY Promotions. You can go over on Facebook and look at us there too. This will be on YouTube. And other streaming sites. We're going to do them live and actually take some call-in questions. So that should be pretty fun. So that's coming up too. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Shante, for being here. And thank you guys for listening in and watching it. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'll be back to defend my title.
Yes, yeah. Reigning champ.